Falling in love. I'm joking. All right. You cut that part, Mos. All right, cool. A warm greeting to everyone watching this video. If you're listening, welcome to the podcast. If you're watching, hey, this is a huge moment for me. I've been praying and praying and praying. I've been fasting as well for this moment. This is a huge deal for me. This is the intro video, okay? This is me giving you a taste what to expect on the YouTube channel, if you just buy the Wisdom channel, anything Wisdom podcast or the Wisdom YouTube channel, this is what you should expect. This is what this video is about. But before I go there, I got a couple of people I want to thank. First of all, I want to thank the most important individual. I could cry. The more I think about him, I just cry. I want to thank God, because for me, it's honestly an honor to be used by him, to be even considered to be used by him. It's humbling. And so I want to thank God for giving me this opportunity. I want to thank God for allowing me to see him, like this whole journey coming here, doing the podcast. I've seen God, it's just beautiful. Okay, so I want to thank God. And I also want to thank my parents. Actually, my dad prayed for me before I came here. And my parents have never stopped me from thriving within my purpose. And they've always been supportive. And I will forever be grateful for them. And to them, for them. If it's just them, I'm grateful. I actually think I want to call them. Sometime I want them to pull up on the podcast, and we can just interview them and have a nice time with them. Also, big shout out to my team. I got a team. Okay, I got a team. Yeah, I'm not coming alone. I got an audience here. I've got Kawe with me, and I've also got Nosbusiso. I've also got Utando Luetu, aka Snobile. Bangovile. Yeah. So yeah, I love them so much, and I hope they know that I love them. Cause yeah. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Bootstrap Media. Guys, Bootstrap Media is the Aaron to me. When God called Moses, he told Moses, don't worry, Aaron is coming. He already fixed his problem before he could even amplify the problem. So Bootstrap Media is my Aaron. Anyways, so yeah, we're here now, and I just want to tell you about Wisdom Channel. So growing up, I had a bit of a challenge. I listened to a lot of sermons growing up, and my biggest challenge was, what do I do with what I've been given? I loved Sundays and I loved sermons, but I just felt like Sundays weren't enough. I felt like I needed more. And I came across this beautiful word known as wisdom. Yes, wisdom. I forgot something. My name is Ulungisile Mthweni. Hey, bana. Yeah, my name is Ulungisile Mthweni. We'll get back to wisdom now. My name is Ulungisile Mthweni. I'm well known as Juice. So I preach at schools, and I've been trying to put this in me, put the name out there, but it's not clicking. I want them to call Sir. I wanted them to call me Sir Juice, because Sir, and then you add the juice. But it seems like what's catching on is Pastor Juice. And anyway, so I'm cool with any of those names. So I'm a PPE graduate, and that's not COVID stuff. No, that's politics, philosophy, and economics. And yeah, I'm the salt of the earth. Yes, salt of the earth. Yes. So back to what I was saying. Okay, so I fell in love with this word known as wisdom, which is applied truth. Okay, so I would hear truth in church, but I didn't necessarily know how to apply it. I didn't know what principles I should be using for my Monday. I knew Sunday was going to be a good day, but I didn't know how to bring Sunday to Monday. In fact, I didn't know how to bring Sunday to the rest of the week. But God has been so good to me, and I've been seeing these principles, just pop in my face, and I want to share with you guys the wisdom that God gives me as I read the Bible. Now, here's something I also want to mention. I'm going to need you to let your guard down. Like, I'm going to need you to relax. I'm going to need you to breathe. I'm going to need you to take a deep breath. And I'm going to need you to breathe out. And the reason for that is I might be a little bit controversial. With that being said, let me start. So there's this thing that happens in church where people tend to celebrate when people get jobs, and they say that's a miracle. That's a miracle from God. Or when they get a house, or when they get a car. And one of the things I've been noticing is some people get more frustrated after the job or after the car, and I'm just like, some of them spend their whole lives, their rest of their life, in frustration. And I'm just trying to figure out, but how do you attach that to God? Like, how do you say God gave you and then you hate Monday? Like it just, for me, the dots are not connecting, and for me, that's where I began my journey, where I started questioning the output, because the reality is, every time I went to church, now I want to see output. I wanna anticipate progress. And I think one of the biggest mistakes we do is we go to church, but we don't anticipate progress. We're okay with Sunday, but we don't want Sunday Monday. You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't want Sunday Monday. We just want Sunday on Sunday, but we want Monday to be Monday. I hope that makes sense. And so one of the things I will be doing is I will be painting pictures to show, like, the outcomes, to show what you should be expecting. When the scripture is talking about this is what you should be expecting. And I want you to anticipate seeing that, And I want to also share the principle that what does it mean when it says you should do this, okay? Because if you do something else, then you can't expect what the Bible, you can't expect to see the results that the Bible is talking about. Let me just read this scripture. It's Proverbs 10 verse 22. It says that the blessing of the Lord brings wealth, and he adds no trouble to it. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Go back to every time you said the Lord blessed me, and check whether you can put the scripture on it. Has that made you wealthy? Are you more frustrated now that you have the blessing than when you didn't? And now the question is that really God? Is that really, if you living in constant frustration, is that really God? Is that really God? Anyways, Wisdom Podcast. I'm excited. Principles. We're going to have a good time. I had a conversation with a friend of mine. This is my last point and then I'm done. I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and what he was trying to get from me is he was trying to get, why is this podcast different? What makes the podcast different? And I kept thinking about it, and this is the answer I came to. The only thing that makes this podcast different is that I am the host. Because there's no one in the world who is like me. No one can say it like me. No one can think it like me. No one can be me better than me. And what makes this podcast different is that I am the host. I'm super excited for us to go through this journey together. I don't know. I don't think it'll end. As for now, all I see is just me constantly showing up, hoping to be a blessing in your life and to the people around you as well. I love you before I even meet you. That's unconditional. I know you're looking at the screen, and I just want to say thank you so much. So Do me a favor. Just subscribe. Just subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, just subscribe. Just subscribe. Okay? Like, share it, comment. Just do the things there. And let's try to work on the algorithm so we can be more impactful. We world changers. Yeah. Wisdom. Peace.